All right, you guys, welcome back to the JT. We got the new build going on. Some of you guys had asked about the rock rails that I had on my JL. We had kind of custom made that using the factory rock rails. So as you see, we've taken that off today. It's the same way as doing it. You got a couple bolts, two on the back side of this, and then one that goes up from the bottom. There's four of those. Here's one, two, I believe that was three, and that was four. So what we've decided to do is we're gonna come out about 3 inches, about that far out, and make a rail. This here's what it's gonna look like. And I'll warn you now, I am a new beginner welder. I am not experienced, so don't try to rate my welds and the look of them. I do go ahead and grind them down just to make them look pretty, because I can't do what the professionals can. But it's free with some little bit of metal that we purchased. This is gonna be the same size thickness of the actual Rubicon rock rails. And what we've done is we've cut these out at an angle where it's going to look just like that all the way down. And then to give support, I'm going to come back in. I believe I did it about every 12 or 16 inches, and we'll space them out where there will be a couple of just 90-degree, basically like that, put in to give that a little bit more support. So what we're doing here is I've already done one end. This is the front end. After pulling the rock rail off, you do got to take this little tablet out of the back side right here, and then this cap pulls out. And you see I already grinded it down, and I've welded this first one on. And I'm going to go ahead and do the back one, and then we'll come fit the middle one. Make sure that the middle one's going to go in, and that's when I'll put the middle spacers in. We'll move that next step. All right, and here's the stage that we're at now. We've basically have put the two ends on, soldered or welded it together, making a length out of it here. Let me get you the other one that I've got up here. And as you can tell, it comes all the way across here on both ends. Grinded down those just a little bit. We'll come back and clean this all up. But I'm going to put one of those parts here, one here, and then one back there. Those are all three evenly spaced to get us that support. Alright, as you can tell, we have gotten them all welded into place. And we have gotten the first 2 layers of prime on that one. And on this one here, what we did is we got the 2 layers of prime. And I actually used a paint then that has a little bit of a texture to it. And I put that on. As you can kind of see that texture difference here if the camera will focus in on it. We are eventually going to then spray this in a black. And this here's the one with the primer. Alright, so this is the end result. As you can see, I've got them where they come off approximately 3 inches out, which gives you enough space to go ahead and stand up and get anything from the top side for getting the soft top down. Or getting on the back side. Also, when you are off-roading, where it matches in, if you do come to a rock or anything else, it does kind of push it off. The last ones we had were a little bit more flat, and these ones here I actually did with a little bit of an angle to kind of follow that contour of the rock rail, and it kind of helps stuff get off a little bit more, but it is a good step. And when we painted it, I went ahead and used a paint that had a little bit of a texture in it to give a little bit of texture. It's hard to see on the screen, but it is there. I took it all the way to the front just to kind of help any rocks coming up to kind of bounce off. And I put on 3 of these support braces. And then, as you can see, the distance that it comes off from the rear, where it clears to the tire, is not far off. But on the front, when you come up to rocks and stuff, it does have a significant distance off. And from the back, as you can tell, if you line those 2 tires up, it does not stick out past the tires. It is back within.